Hey everyone, Marianne Gillespie here. One of the things that I see all the time in business coaching is the inability to manage time well with the CEOs that we coach and the sales forces that we coach. And it's very common. I would say like 95% common. So if you're watching this and you're going, it's just me, it's not just you, it's everybody. So one of the tips that I like to usually suggest is take your calendar, like on a Sunday night, it's the most ideal night. On a Sunday night, spend 2 to 3 hours, just looking at the next 7 days and plan everything out. And, have an entirely executed calendar. Sure, you might have to move things around because, business is messy. However, if you have everything in there, then it becomes easier to just move things around as opposed to just sometimes we're like, oh, bugger, that's happening during lead generation time. I should be lead generating. I'm just going to forget about it. I'll just do it another day. Well, it's way easier to just take that time block and move it somewhere else or swap it with somewhere else. So what I usually suggest is on a Sunday night, spend 2 to 3 hours. What I personally do is, I take my fun stuff first and I plan the whole week of fun first. Then I plan my workouts. I have about 16 hours of workouts, so I plan all those. And when I say plan, I mean I legit plan. And, same thing with the fun. You got to be really specific about what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, whatever the case is. I mean, not too specific if people are sharing your calendar. You want to keep some stuff private. But anyway, and then the workouts all go in there as well. And then what I do is that my CEO days are entirely separate than my actual Salesforce days. So when I'm all on lead generation, you should have that very separate because CEO stuff should be your projects, your administration, all those kind of things. It's where your ideas are coming to fruition, or you're catching up on paperwork and outstanding items. But then your sales days is when they're all about money-making activities. That's when your brain power has to be entirely separate. And again, if you're trying to combine those days, which I see happen all the time, it becomes, if it's not in your schedule, then all you're doing is likely when something comes up, you're just going, oh, okay, yeah, I'll put it in here. Because you don't really have a schedule, so you're not seeing how much of the lead generation, the sales activities you're missing, or vice versa. If you have projects that never seem to get done and you never have time to do them, it's probably because they never made it into your schedule in the first place. Okay, so when you have time blocking nailed at a very high level and you're very, very focused on making sure that the money-making activities and the CEO activities, which are projects and whatnot, are entirely separate, then you can see that you'll probably have about an 80% better opportunity to manage your time. You'll get a lot more of it back. You'll get about 30% of your time back. We estimate it's anywhere from 30 to 50% of our time is wasted on stuff just because it never made it into your calendar. So I strongly suggest, like I said, sit down on a Sunday night and plan all areas of your life. Just do it. Give it a shot for 7 days and then try really hard during the week that if something comes up, just swap, move things, move it here, move it there, find gaps that you can move things to and see how your week turns out. But it's a habit again. And the more consistent you are with doing your calendar every single week, the easier it becomes. Okay. Hopefully you love this coaching tip.